Sir, which one are you talking about now?
Yeah, man, the bottom one here, this one. So I'm saying now, looking at this whole setup, right? Which point, because you have to choose a starting point. You understand? Based on what you're seeing there, what do you think, or where would you start, so to speak?
Sir, A.
Hey, and why you say that?
Because equal to 0 minute.
You're on the right path. Continue.
Sir, me don't know nothing else.
What equal to 0, madam?
T
0 what? 0 what? Tell me. What's the unit there?
minute.
Good. So if it is 0 minutes, it means you say, all right. Just like when Usain Bolt is on the track, right? Once he's in the starting block, he hasn't run any seconds as yet. So that's 0 seconds, right? But the very moment he moves off, then now we're gonna start lapsing, how much time did it take for him to run that 100 meter. So good, you're on the right path, madam. So don't feel like you're not there. So because this guy is at 0 minutes, he hasn't started moving, so we're gonna call it our starting point. All right. Now, clearly, if we're talking about our A, B, C, D, whatsoever it is, which letter would come next?
B.
B. Now, the aim here is for us to determine the distance traveled, right? And the displacement between each point, right? So go ahead now, look at all the measurements that are there. Then now you're going to work out your distance, right? And then after that, now I want you to think about or work out the displacement. Remember we said that your distance is the total path traveled, whereas your displacement is the shortest point from starting point to end point. Cool? So look at that situation. Starting at A, going to B, what would be what and what? Let me know. It's only the mathematics, so you can maybe use your calculator, I don't know. But it's nothing hard. You guys 2 minutes. Are we there? Are we getting through, by the way? Are we attempting the question?
I read up, nigga. No.
Okay.
Huh? Anastasia, we still go. Oh. Randall, are you doing the question?
Sir, what should we do? Find the displacement?
God Almighty, Jesse, look at me.
Yes, sir, because I'm confused.
Then man, something. I've been saying this over and over, guys, and you haven't said anything to me. So I said, determine the displacement and the distance at each point. We highlighted the starting point, right? And we're saying that based on this now, we're going to say, all right, what's the next point that he's going to move to? He's going to move to B. So we're saying let's calculate the distance that he would have traveled from A to B, and we also need to find the displacement between that point.
So, sir, that would be 180 would be the distance, right? 180 meters.
I'm listening to you, Chelsea. Speak with confidence when you're talking to me, please.
So it would be 180 meters, sir. And the displacement would be, so that's a, sir, that would be 100. The displacement would be 100 meters.
Why you say it's 100?
Or 80, I'm not sure which one.
All right. So refresh your memory in regards to what's a displacement in terms of the definition.
So displacement is the shortest path that one would take.
From where to where?
Sir?
From where to where? From where to where?
From
the start point to the destination.
All right. So what would be the start point here for that situation? We're talking about the displacement here. And what would be the end point?
The start point says that line, the line at the end.
Start point is A, and the end point there is B, right? Yeah, right here would be the start point. We can agree that. But
Yes,
no.
sir, that's what I'm saying.
So now we say it's the shortest path from the start point to the end part. End part is here. What is that distance, or what is that displacement that we're getting here? If we're supposed to measure it, you understand? What would we get? So Chelsea, by the way, the first thing that you said was correct, right? The 180 meters for the distance is correct, right? So that's the total part that he had traveled, right? Now, clearly, guys, in this case, the displacement would be the same value as the distance. So it's still going to be 180 meters, right? But seeing that we're talking about a vector quantity, we have to incorporate a direction. So we're going to say 180 meters right. You understand? So right would represent the direction. Now, remember, guys, this is the shortest point between the starting point and the end point, right? It will be the same distance that was covered. Good? Now, let us consider now the distance. Let's erase this quickly. Let us consider the distance between A and C. And let's consider displacement as well. So we need to find the distance, and we also need to find the displacement. Using the knowledge that we know. You understand? Can we?
Sir, is it 60 meters?
What value are you giving me for? What are you telling me?
From A to C.
What's the distance?
60 meters.
You said how much?
60 meters.
Why you said 60 meters? Why you said that?
Sir, I just subtracted 40 from 100. I don't know. I just said it.
Now remember, go back to your definition in regards to distance, right? Remember, I am traveling from one location. So I traveled here, which is A, I went to B, but now I am back at what do you call this now? At another point which is known as C.
Oh, sir, I thought you were just saying A to C. I didn't know you were going from B to C now.
Yeah,
Sir,
man. Yes. Go ahead. Talk to me. I feel like some persons don't understand, you know, right? And clearly they're not saying so. Jabari,
Yes, sir.
you don't understand, right?
Sir, I'm fine.
Why you're not answering when I ask a question? That's the whole thing. If you
Fine,
huh?
sir.
So determine the answer then. Tell me what's the answer here.
Sir, I don't know
Sir,
how
you're
to get the
breaking up.
distance.
I'm not hearing properly.
So you having a problem, you don't highlight it, my friend. How does that make sense? Huh?
Very confusing.
sir,
You said that a while ago.
Said what, sir?
sir, 220.
A chin said that. A chin said that.
Confusing.
All right, chin, I hear
Excuse me,
you.
sir. I think I got the answer now.
Tell me your answer quickly.
Sir, so if you're saying B to C again, right, sir?
Uh-huh.
Wouldn't it be 140 meters?
Now let's look at it. So here I have 40 meters here, right? I need to add this 40 meters to my 100 meter here. Clearly? So that's 140 so far. Now, from here to here is 40. So overall, this is 180 so far. So from A to B is 180. Now, this guy had to travel another 100 meters to get to C. Cool? So I have to now put everything together. So when he traveled from A to B, that was 100 meters. Now, when he traveled from B to C, that's 100. So when you do the math, that's 280 meters in terms of the total part that he traveled, right? This is the amount of distance that he covered. Because all you're simply doing is measuring all of that movement that he made from the start point to B, then to C.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
So, how is B to C 100 meters now?
From B to oh wait, let me check something quickly. Yeah, you're right. Let me just check something quickly. So it would be 140 rather, right? So thank you for that. So from B to C, it's going to be 140, right? So when you do all of that maths now, it's going to be 280. Is that correct now? No, it won't be 280. It's going to be I think it's 320 because 180 plus 140, right? Help me out to the maths, guys. Come on. 180.
Sir, you're right.
Yes, exactly. Right? So this is the total distance that the guy traveled. Now, as in regards to the displacement is that shortest distance, so to speak, right, from the starting point to the end point. So he ended at C. So you now need to look at, you know, where's going to be my starting, where's going to be my ending. What's the distance between those 2 points? And from this, what do you think that's going to be?
Sir, what is the shortest point, sir? Wouldn't it be the 140?
We're talking about from, remember the displacement is the shortest point from the starting point to the end point. The starting point is A, end point is C. What is the distance between that?
40
320.
meters, that's the
40 meters, exactly. Because this is what it is, from here to here, right? So that's 40 meters. right? But no, we now need to incorporate the direction. He's moving to the left, so he does right, left. Right? He's going in that direction. All right. Now, there's another situation that I wanted to highlight before we go. Let me just draw it up here. So imagine I have a box, right? This is a 5. Let's use a smaller marker. It's my starting point. All right. Now, I'm going to call this 5 meters. 5 meters. We're going to call this 3 meters. Clearly, this is a rectangle. So whatever is on the top side here, it's going to be reflected down here. Now, let's imagine that this is your home, right? And you travel from home to school. This is the path that you take. You go in this direction. So this is school, right? And then now, when you leave school, you just follow this path right here, and you go straight home, right? The question now would be, what would be the displacement, right? If you were, how far away would you be? Well, yeah, it's kind of a bit tricky. Let me see how much I can ask you. I want to ask you the question that, what would be the displacement, right? From your home to, so clearly your home is the end point and your home is the starting point, right? What would be the displacement at that point? So this is your home. Your home is the starting point, right? Now, to travel from home to school and go back to home, we can find the distance easily. It's by just adding up the sides. So 5 meters here plus 3, that's 8 so far, 8 meters, plus another 5, that is what? 13. 13 plus 3.
Overall.
16 meters. That's the entire distance that you travel, right? Now my question is, what would be your displacement from your starting point to your end point?
8.
Can't be 8. So your starting point is your end point. Remember, displacement is the shortest point from the start point to the end point. So if you start at your starting point and you go back on your end point, what's your displacement? Just guess something, guys. Guess something. If you just guess something.
5.
You tell the Galaxy Tab 8 2016. What's your name again?
Sir, 5.
You guessing 5. All right, Rihanna, what do you think? Talk to me, Rihanna. I want to hear from you.
Sir,
Yeah, man, what do you think? What is the displacement from your starting point to your end point?
Sir, 60 meters.
No, that's the distance. Distance is the total path traveled. You understand? You get that point?
Yes, sir.
What is the displacement? In terms of definition.
The shortest point.
The shortest distance.
Shortest distance from a starting point to the end point. So think about it. You understand? If you start at your bedroom and you end up back at your bedroom, what's the displacement from the starting point to the end point?
Bedroom.
Sir, is it 0 meters?
Clearly it's 0. Clearly it is 0. Because you ended up back where you started from. Right? So there's no distance between the starting and the end point. And I hope persons are understanding now. So if you start somewhere and you end up back at the same point, you don't have a distance to measure. You don't have no displacement there because you went back to where you were. Imagine you displaced you know, say you bounced a ball, right? And when you realize the ball went back to the original position, there's no displacement. It has gone back to the original space. So hence now we can say that it's 0 because it went back to the original position. Gabriel. All right. Spence. You understanding, Spence?
Which Spencer?
Huh?
Which Spencer?
Which Spence you be?
A Spencer.
No, give me a full name, man.
Elena Spencer.
Yeah, man. You may talk to.
Okay, sir. No, sir. Can you just go out your name before, please?
You see, it's on the stay bad. Huh?
Sir, I wanted you to finish what you were doing before.
No, man. You not finish, man. Interrupt me, man. Interrupt me, man. But we are
Okay,
almost at
sir.
the end of the class session still, right? But you see, guys, I don't want you to be here. You understand? Not understanding, because it's gonna defeat the purpose of we having a class now. You know what I mean? Because if you don't understand, say that you don't understand from early, so that I can go to Babs and clarify the point and try my best to make it out to you. But you know, to just close up, all I was saying is that anyhow you move from here, so right? To here, so you go school and you travel from school, you go to the bus park, and then you go straight back home, right? We can look at it from a mathematical standpoint, but not today, right? But with that, you know, there's no distance at this point, meaning that, you know, wherever you start, if I'm supposed to measure the distance there and measure the distance where I stopped, if my starting point and my stopping point is the same place, right? It means that then, you know, the displacement from the starting to the stopping point has to be 0, right? Because you ended up back where you started. So hence we said there's no displacement. When it says you displace something, means that you push it out of its original position, right? Seeing that we went back to our final position where we started off with, right? Then we can say that, you know, there was no displacement. But we can agree that the total distance is going to be 16 meters because adding up all the part that you took is going to be 16. All right, guys, we have to end it here. But, you know, do some reading up for me, please. Right, I'll try my best to make this video possible for persons who came in late a little bit or whatsoever it is. Right, can't promise you how soon I'll get it out to you, but that's going to be it for today, right? If you need any clarification, if you don't understand something, feel free to message me, and hopefully I get a chance to respond as soon as possible. But you know, don't feel left out if you don't understand. All right, link me on a one-way. All right, but take care of yourself, guys, and stay good. and quarantine and chill, alright? Chelsea, nobody get too fat now, you understand? Meaning, don't take too much food in your yard. You understand? Go exercise.
Oh God.
I don't exercise. That takes
Sarah
time.
make she fat up herself, man.
Hey, alright.